Hey y'all, it's July the 10th, 2017, and y'all, I wanted to make a response video, and that's what this is. I wanted to make a response video to a live stream that I've seen just last night, a live stream that took place, and before I do that, I want to impress upon you that that is the future of entertainment. These live streams and stuff, people are really starting to get into them, and they're really starting to dig into them and that whole lifestyle, and it's booming. It's a booming industry, these live streams. Now sometimes you'll have one person and they'll be saying stuff and presenting you with the news, such as like a Tommy Sotomayor, and he's doing the live streams, he's doing it real hard. And then you might have different other streams where it's like a couple different people that come together. Sometimes you get some streams that has like 8 and 9 different people talking all at the same time, talking with each other, having a good old time in a conversation. And there's an audience out in the internet, and they just be watching it. A lot of times people just be watching it and see what they're saying, or maybe they're just listening to it and they're listening to people talk and stuff. It's very entertaining. At the same time, you got other elements such as people talking in the chat room and stuff like that. People be talking in the chat room, and some people be throwing money at the live streamers, just live on the air. Be like, oh, I like what you're doing, throw you some money. Alright, so anyways, like I said, future of entertainment for show. Alright, some people are really getting down. One live stream that I seen was a stream that I heard about. I came across it a few days ago, and it was a live stream, and it's called Supreme Stream. Alright, and it's a pretty good stream. It's got some black guy, and it's got some lady who I don't remember her name, I'm sorry about that, but it's got some lady, and she's in it, and they come together and they make a live stream, and then all sort of people are talking to them and chatting with them in the chat room. Alright, anyways, last night's live stream I'm making a response to is it was for the most part pertaining to the situation of Alex Jones, what you would call a beef between Alex Jones and Sargon of Akkad. Alright, and I'm pretty familiar with both these characters, stuff like that. They were talking about all sort of things regarding, the live streams and the podcasts that these people have been involved with, and all sort of their background and stuff like that. They were talking about, just the situation that occurred, which was it was a minor situation, I guess, but it's a situation that's going to take place more and more as time goes on, because people are all over podcasts. They're all over the podcasts talking all the time, and eventually, they're going to talk about other people, right? And so other people are going to hear about it because it's all over the internet. So for example, this is the way that the Sargon of Akkad beef with Alex Jones kind of started. Is Sargon of Akkad said just something about gay frogs and stuff on the Joe Rogan podcast, right? He said something about the gay frogs and stuff, and then he kind of like he wrote off Alex Jones a little bit, just a little bit. He didn't go overboard with it, but he just wrote him off a little bit. But he brought Alex Jones up on Joe Rogan podcast, and a lot of y'all might already know Joe Rogan. He's a very good friend of Alex Jones. They've been very good friends for a long time. So that occurred, and then Alex Jones heard it, and then he was talking a little bit of trash about Sargon of Akkad. So thereby it became an internet beef, just like a little bit. People were aware of it, to the point where Supreme Stream made a whole episode about it, about this beef, and it's pretty minor. Right? Thing is, they made a lot of points, a lot of valid points. They're very smart individuals on this Supreme Stream, but some of the points that they made, I had to actually kind of, I don't know if you say correct them on, but let them know what's really the case. Alright, one thing that they noted, and I noticed that a lot of people note about Alex Jones, is his temperament. Right, like the fact that he flies off the handle and stuff, and he really gets hot under the collar. Alright, I mean, he really does go off on a tangent, and he does a lot of silly stuff, things like that. He's very animated. Alright, and a lot of people, I mean, it rubs him a certain way. They kind of write him off a little bit of a certain way just because that's his character. That is how animated he is. He's kind of bouncing off the walls. They note that and they say, well, that's just not normal. Like, there's got to be something up with that. Like, what? That's not a normal behavior. So something must be up with Alex Jones, right? And I've heard that a lot. All right, that's usually people's main complaint with them. Here's what I gotta explain to you, though. See, a lot of people wouldn't understand this necessarily, but in Texas, and I've said this before, that's how people are. Right? At least that's how they used to be like a couple decades ago. You run into any sort of what they used to call Texian, alright? Like Daniel Boone and all sort of stuff. You run into these Texans and they will act that way. That's how they are. A lot of these old men out here, there's still a lot of old men running around here that's who they are. That's how they act. That's how they talk. Right? And when they get very passionate about something, it just kind of spills over. They do get hot in the collar. They get all flustered. And what I gotta impress upon you is that actually is normal here. Right? It's kind of always how it's been, since, that whole Texas Revolution and all that. See, that's how they react. But the thing is, now that generation is getting older, and they're getting very old at this point, they don't have the energy to bounce around and be bouncing around the way that they used to. So this new generation, say the baby boomers and beyond, they're toned down. They're not as animated no more because for whatever reason, I don't know if it's GMOs or they're just their lifestyle, or I don't know what it is, but they lost it. However, Alex Jones's behavior is absolutely normal around here, to be honest with you. And I understand that the rest of the country doesn't see it that way. Alright, that's cool. Y'all have different temperaments. But thing is, I gotta just let y'all know, y'all can't write off Alex Jones. You really can't. I mean, the thing is, a lot of people like to write him off, especially because of his products and stuff. And he's got a lot of products. If you go to the InfoWarsStore.com, I let people know. I've tried some of his products, and actually, they did pretty good for me. I wish I could get X2 right now. Right? I don't have any digital money, but if I did, I'd get some X2 because I find it's very good for my skin. It kind of clears it up pretty good. Among other things, probably, but people get, kind of worried about that. They see that Alex Jones is so animated. They see that he's also selling stuff, so he comes off like a salesman, I guess. But however, you don't have to buy any of Alex Jones's stuff. Like, just don't even pay him no money. That's not even the point. The thing is, Alex Jones gets down to the nitty gritty, unfortunately. Alright? A lot of people write him off because he's selling stuff and he's very animated. But however, Alex Jones gets down to the nitty gritty, to be honest with you. Alright? And this is the way this little beef should end, actually, is Sargon of Akkad should go on to Alex Jones's InfoWars show. Because if he did, you gotta understand, logically speaking, he would stand to gain more listeners. Alright? He really would, because Alex Jones has a big audience. So the next thing we should see is Sargon of Akkad on the Alex Jones show. Right? And at which point, what would happen is Alex Jones and Sargon of Akkad would actually find a lot of commonalities, a lot of common ground, and I think they would be good buddies. Right? But the thing is, if Sargon of Akkad is afraid or kind of discouraged, or he doesn't want to have no part of it, he'll just ignore the whole situation altogether. Alright? And then the divide will become like a little bit more and more each day, the longer Sargon of Akkad ignores Alex Jones. And he shouldn't want to do that because it'll stand to get him more listeners and viewership and all sort of more money if he goes on the Alex Jones show. Right? And I think that's very important to note, whether or not he does this in the near future. Alright? But anyways, I just thought I would comment on that. By the way, Supreme Stream is a very good stream. They do some good work, but however, I don't think they know how Texans act. And it's a little bit different. Alright, we're in the tribulation. Balls deep up in it. It's July the 10th, 2017. I'll holler at y'all.